Right, here's a short video. I'm at Ardisia, and that is looking down to Fort George. And the video today is going to be about time. And I'm going to show you a little view of this area. It's a beautiful little bay. As you can see at the back, you can see the hills further back with the snow on the top there in the middle of the picture up at the top, and villages dotted along the coast at the other side of the sea. This is an inlet here. It's a pan round. Oh, come on. There's a pan round here. You're going to see there's that hill again with the snow, and we'll go around. This is heading towards Inverness, just following the water round. So anyway, today time, it was way back in the 1990s, about the middle of the 1990s, could have been 96. I was going to Aberdeen to a Deep Purple concert, and I'd been down at a meeting in Birmingham and met one of the speakers called Tony Dodds, and he told me, he said, he says, what's going on? He says, you need to pay attention. If you get information, write it down. Around here we've got Inverness Airport. He says you need to write it down. So on the way into Aberdeen to the Deep Purple concert this night, I got the equivalent of a sheet of paper, an A4 sheet of paper came into my mind. And the writing on the sheet of paper was time and how time operates. And time operates on the principle of, this was the basics that I got. It operates on the principle of, imagine a bubble around you, and when you are walking or driving or moving around, this bubble, anything it comes into contact with, say there's someone walking along a street or along a pathway, when the bubble comes into contact with them, they basically stop. Once the bubble passes, they start again. So anything coming in contact with this bubble, like the birds flying, cattle eating, the grass waving in the wind, it all stops when this sort of bubble comes into their contact. And once the bubble has gone, the bird will start flying again, and the bird will start flying and the cattle will start eating. The grass starts waving in the wind. Now this was the first part of the process that they wanted me to understand. It's like when you're working with time, where do you start? How do you start the subject, and how can you get going in it? It's such a heavy subject to understand, because time for us is about a watch or a clock, and it's 8 o'clock, I'm supposed to be at work now, or it's 12 o'clock, I need to stop for lunch. It's midnight, or it's 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, I need to go to bed. Because that's how our time is, how we see time. But when you go deeper into it, this is the information that they gave me at that time. Um, some people will say, but how can a bird stop flying in the air and yet be sitting there? It's because everything has changed and you're changing everything. So that person, like when you're watching a UFO, you, you think you're just watching a UFO in the sky and you see it moving around a little. And in the time that you blink, that UFO basically can go from that point down, pick you up, take you back up there to that point, do an operation on you, come back down and drop you off, or do a complete check over you to see what's going on, see how your body is, etc. Come back down, drop you off, and go back to that point in the time that you blinked. So basically, you could say in the time that you went into that bubble, or that bubble passed or come to you, because you do not know what happened all the time that that bubble is over you. And this is a little bit about how time operates, and this is how, because the UFOs understand, the occupants understand this completely. It's simple. It's like everything in life. It is simple once you know, but when you don't know, everything is hard and complicated and confusing. So we're only trying to give you a little piece of this information as you're well, where do I want to go here? It's I don't want to belittle anyone, because that's not what this subject is about. It's about sharing information so people can start to understand it. It's a huge subject, and yeah, I think I should basically shut my mouth now, because I'm messing this up. And let if you have any comments, then please put a comment. I'll answer it, or someone will tell me and tell me there's a comment and I need to answer it. So anyway, I've just given a little bit of view of the countryside here. Come on, the gimbal's not playing very well today. So I'm just giving a little bit of the view of the countryside here and what it's like. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Come on. And we'll speak at a later time again. Bye.